For every modern Falcon owner, the simplest way to prolong your transmission's life is with an aftermarket cooler.
Or is it? Today we'll be finding out whether this $500 transmission oil sump is worth it. While researching some more affordable transmission coolers for another video, I stumbled across this $500 transmission pan from Planet Parts, which they claim is cheaper than purchasing a separate transmission oil cooler with similar benefits, and that it is capable of temperatures 15 to 25 degrees lower than the factory setup.
We thought that was wishful thinking, so he bought one.
And now we're going to see if it lives up to its item description on eBay. In our first video, you saw us compare the transmission temperatures of my FG2 Falcon to Connor's FG1 Falcon, which has been fitted with an aftermarket PWR transmission cooler. And if you haven't seen that video, check it out to see the results.
In our last video, we took Jack's Falcon and carried out what was meant to be a general transmission service, which went well. You might have noticed in that video, we also fitted a brand new $500 transmission pan, which we are now gonna put to the test. And to do this, we're gonna be using our preferred method of reviewing. Its scientific name is the Jack and Con Practicality Expense to Value Ratio Necessity Je ne sais quoi, otherwise known as X Factor Define the Score System, or PENXS.
Like NXS, but PENXS.
PENXS.
Like the boy band, but not really. More penis.
Now, what's something that every Falcon driver needs by their side? No, it's not a high speed. But what does it taste like?
It's white.
It's white. I'm gonna give it a 1.
For practicality?
Well, because I think the can is a stupid size.
You got some like cheetah print Jaguar? I probably can't say that because he drives from a McLaren. What does it smell like?
You know fake watermelon?
Oh no. It even looks like piss. Sanjava. Let's dissect mine. I'm gonna give it a 1.
Next thing.
Next thing, what is the next thing?
Fellow Australian. He's gonna do a hog reveal soon.
Oh no.
If that's what Lando's piss looked like, that's definitely what Russ's is.
It's changing flavors.
Changing flavors.
Color 142, whatever that is. Put the side effects up on screen.
You know the Panadol? You see it, the liquefied.
It's like you get the creamy soda.
It's better than the Lando.
It's better than the Lando one. Oh, so the original one, orange and grape. This one, hang on, the f*** is that?
Yeah.
Side effects up on screen. And I'm already... Why the f*** did you buy gluten-free shapes?
No, you see, these aren't as good as those.
Not BCF.
So, that's a good interlude for what we're doing next. 5,000 likes and Jack will eat this whole block of chocolate.
We don't even have 5,000 subscribers.
So Jack,
Yeah.
that new trans pan of yours,
What about it?
well, I had a thought. It's a bit low. Keep going. You ever thought about what's gonna happen when you maybe, I don't know, get to a speed hump?
Yes. I've had to go over a couple.
Yeah, how's that been? Ooh, that was the trans pan.
There were some noises.
Some noises?
Yeah.
Do you reckon you could do what I am effortlessly doing right now without having to back out?
We'll see how we go with your fat ass in the car.
Yeah, okay.
So, you need to settle down. My soldier is standing at attention.
I don't even think you're gonna make it over the first one. We're gonna have to actually buy you some recovery ramps or something.
You can get recovery tracks that are cheaper than a new transmission pan.
How many speed humps do you honestly think you're gonna make it over?
I think I'll get over the first 3.
I really hope there's no one behind us in your car. This is so dumb.
I'm picking this side.
That felt real bad.
That was not as bad as some other times.
This one's gonna f your gearbox. Oh.
I reckon we can make the whole thing. That second one was fine. What did I say? 3. Here's the one where...
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let the car drop this time. That was definitely the back end of the gearbox. I'm gonna pick... That's the lowest point there. I'm gonna go over nice and slow. Do it again, do it again, do it again.
You're starting to cut a groove is what's happening. That sounded bad. You're crazy, man. You know.
I'm trying to file it down.
Just stop. I guess we're gonna have to go over that speed bump again.
It sounds horrid, eh?
Sounds horrid. I actually think I popped like a vein or something as you went over that last one.
See, here's the thing, is it's stressing him out, but it's my car.
Do those look like the lines of cooling fins to you?
Yeah, definitely. That's a good one.
Ooh, yeah. Before the ranger came to tell us off for ruining one of Perth's hottest dogging locations, we decided to hot-tail it back to the garage to inspect the underside of Jack's car.
So, where we've been catching is on this underside here. There is some, like, scoring scratches. Steady stream. Oh, I put the f***ing pan in the wrong spot.
Keep going. This is temperature test on Red Falcon with new pan.
We're actually at the starting temperature, so I think we should start driving.
Well, what was the temperature that we started your car at last time?
We're at it now. From starting the car and getting it out of the driveway, which took about 5 minutes, it's gone from 28 degrees to 55.
That's what temperature the car is saying. Your engine temp at the moment.
Close to temp. As we pulled out of the residential area and onto the freeway, things didn't get much better. I just want to say something about the item description of the pan, now that I think about it, because it says, we've seen temperatures 15 to 25 degrees cooler than the factory setup, right? That could mean anything.
Who's to say that they're using the internal temperature? Maybe they're just because it's cast alloy.
Could have just grabbed a thermometer and just like stuck it in between the cooling fins. The problem with these sort of products is like they don't actually show how they get the results.
The most logical reason we aren't seeing much of a difference in temperature with this pan, despite the increased surface area and materials that should cool the fluid inside more effectively, this car is still running an OEM heatsink, which is designed to keep the fluid in your gearbox at the same temperature as the coolant. So no matter how fast we drive or how cool the conditions outside may be, the heat exchanger will always have more control over the temperature of the fluid inside the pan than whatever external factors we throw at it. If you make this pan and you want to show us your research data, email us at refunds@Jack and Connor business. We're pulling onto the next highway, we're at 82. One of the benefits in the ad is that it's cheaper.
It's not cheaper than a transmission cooler.
I mean, if you really like average it out, you can maybe say that this pan costs around about the same, but the fact that you need 3 litres more oil and you also need a different filter, your servicing is going to cost more.
And also, it doesn't eliminate the problem of having a potential milkshake.
I like my cheese drippy, bro.
I didn't just run a red.
And sitting at a stop, we're at 87. This is very similar to our first run. Pulling onto the highway now.
By rights, because we went so fast there, and it's pretty windy this way, the air should have went between the cooling fins and cooled the transmission a bit. Am I right?
No.
God damn it.
It's not done what it said it would do on the tin.
I might just take it to a machine shop and get them to machine...
Like magnet holders?
Well, no, it doesn't have magnet holders.
Yeah, well, that's another thing as well, is that it doesn't have the pretty standard magnet filtration that all the other pans you see. So all those little particles that we were showing in the install video, that stuff is still going to be floating around in your pan. At the end of the day, we're trying to reduce the amount of wear and tear on your gearbox. If you're grounding out every time you go over a speed hump, you're probably doing more damage than just getting it slightly above operating temp.
And we've got a crash up ahead.
Oh yeah, quite a serious looking one. Oh no, it's a booze bus.
Hello, Ossifer. Good afternoon, Constanoon.
Are they gonna have a problem with us filming? Coppers, punch them in the face.
No, are they packing up? I think they might be packing up.
No way. No, they're surely getting set up.
I think they're packing up because they all just got in that cop car. I was mainly worried about that because we're in a Falcon. Cops just love pulling over people in Falcons. And they're going to find one thing wrong with this car. And it's probably the fact that I have a Planet Parts transmission pan. An external transmission cooler is clearly the winner of this.
And also, this car had the added benefit of sitting overnight. And this is one of the problems with our first initial test, is that you drove your car in heat, like it was hot outside. He wasn't in heat. The temperature we are finishing on is, do you want to take a guess?
93, because I totally didn't just look at the screen.
93.
Now here are the results. Our starting temperature was 55 degrees. Our average temperature was 83 degrees. And our peak temperature was 93 degrees. As you can see, in comparison to our first test with my car, we did not see the 15 to 20 degree decrease that is advertised. I don't think that this pan did anything at all.
I think if anything, this pan has been slightly more detrimental to your car than it has been good. Keep going.
Leave him alone or it's straight to jail, boy.
What did you think of the pan, Jack?
In terms of practicality, I'd give it a 1. It's pretty easy to install, but it's chunky.
I give it a 0. The amount of speed humps you've destroyed in the last however long you've owned this thing, man. Expense to value.
Expense to value ratio, a 0. It's not cheaper than a aftermarket cooler. It's $500, and then your replacement filters are like $25 more expensive.
Yeah.
Again, takes extra fluid, which costs more money. And if you have a lowered car,
Yeah.
and you're...
I'm gonna give it a 1 because I didn't have to pay for it at least.
necessity, you do not need this pan.
You don't.
You know what, in fairness, I think you'll disagree with me, Connor. I think if you have a barra swapped Patrol, maybe you could justify it.
Point of the pan is to prolong the life of your transmission. We're doing the opposite of that. So if you want to destroy a ZF6 transmission,
Go to planetparts.com.au.
what did you give it? You gave it a 1?
I gave it a 1.
I'm giving it a 0. You want to make the argument it's got more fluid than a traditional pan. Why does it need more fluid? What does more fluid do? Je ne sais quoi.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a 4 for je ne sais quoi. Only because of the cooling fins, it has a nice sleek metal look, but like the only time that anyone's gonna go, man, that's a cool pan, is when you flip your barra swap Patrol.
It does have something about it, doesn't it?
Yeah, except you can't see it under a lowered Falcon, so...
Oh no, we can see it under your car right now. It's very much there. But is it cool enough for me to give it a score higher than like 3? Well, if I give it a 3, that means we give it a total score of 10. It means that it is
Pretty shit.
better than Chupa Chup protein bars. It's not as good as Lando Monster.
Yeah, Lando... Wait, really?
No, Lando Monster was 11.
11 out of 40. Or is it 50? It's 40, right? 40.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, if you're trying to cool the fluid inside your pan, Lando Monster does a better job at doing that than...
Yeah.
What are we going to do, man? This is the first thing we've done to it and we've ruined it.
I don't know, man. That's a pretty sick pan.
It is kind of cool. Should we put the old pan back on your car now? What do we do? We can either do that or we can do the bushes on my car.
Stay tuned to find out. Or I just get a new pan and take the other one to a fucking scrap heap to be melted down. I'll turn it into a dildo.